Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Okay, let's get real. Living solo can be fun. It's challenging. There's some issues that we need to deal with, of course, all the time. But honestly, it can be fun. We don't need to take this all so seriously. So many women in our community are living solo now, even with partners. I mean, you're just living your own life and you're living in a solo mindset. It's not a sad, cat lady kind of, held up in the living room with a TV remote. It's not that at all. It's not living sad, miserable, boring, lonely lives. Although these are some of the outcomes if we don't feel like we're doing okay, that we're living solo is not the right thing. So I want to just highlight some of the fun things that you can do when you're living solo, things that I've done, things that I feel I appreciate being by myself. And of course, it's not for everyone. And I know many of you have beautiful partners and husbands and wives, and you just really enjoy the life that you have and with them, and that's totally cool. But if you're solo, let's get real. It's gonna be fun, okay? So solo living, the stuff that no one tells you. Now, there's many benefits, and I've talked about these in other videos, and lots of people seem to think they're pretty funny. But it's like, you can wear mismatched socks like 3 days in a row. Like who cares? It doesn't matter. You can wear really comfortable, ugly underwear. Doesn't matter. Just wear the underwear. You can wear whatever you want. You can do the things that, maybe have been points of comment or criticism or judgment in the past. I digress. You are the best, the boss of everything. And when you're living solo, you can do whatever you like. You want to eat cake for breakfast? Do it. You want to have cookies in the middle of the night with a mug of hot milk? Yes. We have to go for a walk the next day, maybe, to get a little of that sugar and milk off. But it's just do what you want. You are the boss of anything. Who's stopping you? I mean, who's going to stop you in the middle of the night when you get up and you have a piece of cake and some tea? I mean, are your house plants going to criticize you and say, no, don't do that? Nobody's going to say it. You can do whatever you want. You're the boss of everything. No one moves your stuff. You know where the scissors are at all times. Well, at least maybe you do. I actually don't, because I have grandkids that come over and borrow them, but I have stashes of scissors. Like I know right now, there is a pair of scissors. I can point to the scissors. I've got nobody moving my stuff so that I can't find it. Where did you put it? Oh, I put it in what'd you put it in the cupboard for? Whatever. You can put your stuff anywhere that you want. You can put it in mystery places. I do that all the time. You can put it in mystery places and never find it and think, oh, that was a good plan, Margaret. Why didn't you remember that you put that, those whatever in the cookie jar up in the top, whatever. You can do whatever you want. No saying where are the scissors anymore, that's really important. The remote, well, it's where you left it. It's where you left it. You are the boss of everything. You can sit down and say football or Gracie and Frank, Frank and Gracie, Gracie and Frank, Frankie and Grace. I don't know whatever it is. It's a really good show. You get to choose. I mean, not that you don't watch football. I mean, you're totally welcome to watch football if you want, or anything else that you think might be fun. But you have a choice. Wardrobe freedom. Okay, you can wear whatever you want. Fashion rules, honestly. I don't mean this in a casual way, because I know a lot of you love to dress up. I love to dress up. I love to wear jewelry. I mean, I don't criticize anybody who loves to do these things. But if you want, honestly, to live in yoga pants and comfy sweaters, that's your choice. Living solo allows you that wardrobe freedom. Kitchen dancing. You can dance in the kitchen anytime. You can dance with no clothes on if you have curtains. Well, I should probably draw the line with curtains, but or blinds. But you can dance, you can sing, you can do anything your heart desires. When you go out your front door, you have to then think, how do I want to be perceived? So you've got some challenges, even if you were living solo or with someone. But when you're solo, you can dance in the living room. You can try that belly dancing class on, put it on the online class, and no one's going to look at your stomach and think, oh my gosh, why is she even thinking about belly dancing? If it's important to you to move and dance and sing, just do it. I honestly do this. I put the headphones on and I just do dishes or whatever I'm doing while I'm literally dancing around the kitchen. I'm a pretty good dancer. I mean, are you? I am. But actually, I asked Carol. Carol, are you watching this? We're pretty good dancers. Carol is someone, we went on a cruise, a 60 activity, and Carol and I were the only two that really stayed up on the dance floor the whole time, and everyone else was dancing a bit, but it was really fun. But yeah, she is a good dancer. Anyway, I digress again. Emotional issues. The perks of the emotional issues are just so strong. Like, you don't have to worry about your emotions. You know, like if you want to have a good cry, then just, and no one's going to say, what are you crying for? What's the matter? What did I do? Or whatever they would do. I don't know. It's been so long since I've been married, and I had a great marriage, by the way, that I don't even know what would, or even a roommate, I guess, would say, what's the matter? Are you okay? And you don't want to talk about it. Your emotional feelings, your whatever are safe. Everything's safe. No drama. No, worrying about how people are going to misinterpret your emotions. You can say really anything you want to yourself. You could do a video like I'm doing. It's always good to just like talk to yourself. Like, come on, Margaret, what are you feeling so sad about today? Just go and have a cup of tea and a cookie. Go outside for a walk. Even go to that cafe. Go to that cafe where you can get the pan of raisin. That will make you happy. Whatever it takes to get you to feel like, I'm okay. My emotions are mine. I don't have to explain. If you don't want to talk to anybody today, don't. Your tears do not need an explanation. I mean, I think that's a really big part of living solo, I think, is that, especially as you get older, is that you're kind of living through, memories and traumas. And I remember when I was doing my downsizing exercise, I had like lots of boxes of children's art from school, and memories of my little pet that had died, and just all kinds of emotional stuff that I was just so happy I was just by myself. I was like really, really distraught, like probably a lot of you are with certain emotions. But your joy it doesn't need permission, and your sadness doesn't need permission or comment or criticism, judgment. It's just, living solo gives you that freedom. And it's fun. It's fun to be able to just do stuff that's, emotionally liberating, where you can watch a funny film, or you can just do that kind of release is actually fun. And I think that's one of the key things for me that I like about being solo, that I can be myself. I can just truly be myself. Now, there are some things, for example, that you can't do if you have a roommate or a spouse, and they're fun. Like, well, I've already mentioned blowing bubbles, but you can leave 27 tabs open on your computer and not have to say, what are you doing? Why are you leaving all those tabs open on your computer? Well, why not? You can do all kinds of crazy stuff. You can, my notes here, what am I doing? Oh yeah, you can practice weird hobbies at night, collaging, coloring. I get up at 5 a.m. sometimes and color. Nothing wrong with me. I'm not sad. I'm not like I need any. I just like coloring. It really matters. Just like I could do 45 minutes of, picking my perfect mug for tea. Like, which mug is going to work today? I haven't got one in front of me. I've got a glass, but it matters. It matters to get the right teacup. Anybody who says, like, if Tiffany says, "What are you doing? Taking all that time to choose a cup of tea?" It matters, Tiffany. I'm just choosing Tiffany because it's like a young name, but you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. You get to choose the cup you want to drink your tea in. And if it's not the one that, is available, you find it, It's just those little things sometimes are the most important things. What else? I think the most important message to summarize is to choose your own joy. You can do that much more easily when you're living by yourself. It's a love story with yourself. I don't know. I've been listening to so many older actresses who are on just online. You see them on Instagram and all these places. Not just actresses, but people that are known. And they say, "If only I'd known. If only I had put into practice that I was the person I had to love. I was so busy looking for love to come to me from outside, that my husband was going to make me happy, that my friends were going to make me happy, my work, even my children." But and to love me. I needed them to love me. But the only person that you needed to love is yourself, because they're the only one that's with you, like, for the rest of your life. They've been there since you were born. They're going to be there till the end. It's you. You've got to love yourself. And I think living alone is a nice, fun way of bringing out that humorous person, that quirky person, that smart, intelligent, fun, complex, interesting person, intelligent person. So I hope that you enjoyed this little chat. I'm a great believer in solo living personally. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I know I shouldn't share my personal stuff, but why not? I was on a bus and there was a couple arguing, and I thought, oh my goodness, I don't have to do that. You know, it's not that I wouldn't, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was still married, because I did love my husband a lot. But it was just that I don't think I could handle the complexity of a relationship right now. You know, if somebody came in my life and said, oh, I think you're the most interesting person, I would say, sure, you stay there, I stay here. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe you found love later in life and that you would like to share that. I would really like to read your stories. But living solo for me is the way to go. What about you? Take care, everybody. Have a fabulous day. Lots of love.